Hi, welcome back to Take One with Ronnie, LLoyd, Nanos. This is the virgin episode of this show here in Las Vegas, and we're here with our second guests, which are Kane and Candace Blust. Before I continue, guys, let me do a shout out for the last guests we had, which are Bones and Gabby. For GLCC, they actually gave 20 free tickets to veterans to come and see the Golden Legends Championship Challenge. So I think that's at vets.com where they did that. So I'm excited to have vets. I actually produced a show a few years ago where I was for Vietnam vets, and I think that's a really big, cool thing. But welcome, Kane and Candace.
Thank you for having us.
I met Kane Blust first before I met his lovely, gorgeous wife through a friend, Michael Sue.
Yes.
And Kane actually edited my second film I directed called Death Club, and since then I realized what a huge talent this guy is. I mean, what can't Kane do is the conversation amongst a lot of us. But welcome both. And Candace, I met through Kane. You know, I think the first time I met you was at the premiere.
Yes.
And then I got to work with you two recently, which we're going to talk about this short film that you guys wrote, directed, and produced called Lucille.
Yes.
And welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you very much.
Let's tell us a little bit about yourselves, what you do. I know you have a studio and stuff. What do you guys do here in Las Vegas? This is Las Vegas Entertainment here, so go ahead.
Quite simple. Well, we both came from Hollywood.
Yay!
That's where we met and fell in love. We moved out here a little over 6 years ago, and like I said, I got into the business. I got to meet Michael Sue, who was fantastic. I was introduced to him by her cousin, Candace, who unfortunately passed away.
Oh, no.
But opened me to this beautiful world, which then Michael Sue introduced me to you and this entire community. So It's been a wonderful experience getting to know the more, creative side of Las Vegas.
How long have y'all lived in Las Vegas? I didn't even know that.
5 years.
Wow, I didn't even know that it's been such a short time.
It goes quick.
It does, again. And Candace, that's the first time I get to have like a longer conversation with Candace. Which, again, you were so lovely and so organized to work with on the set of Lucille. I appreciate organization and diligence and time. I believe in that personally. And you guys, I'm going to say this straight out, such a well-run set, on time, paid their artists and performers. I know it's a thing here in Las Vegas, but it should be a thing at least. But you were just a delight to work with. It was and so talented, the both of you. I mean, again, I'm not one that's known to kind of blow smoke up people's butts and be like, oh my God, you're great. But I genuinely, from my heart, that comes. Working with y'all is such a pleasure.
Right on, man. Well, we feel very blessed to work with you. And the other talent that's come out to be part of Lucille, Joanne Heckman, Paul
Gunn. Yes.
We got blessed big time with the cast of this.
Honestly, we did.
I mean,
let's talk about Lucille. You know what?
Go ahead,
I know a little bit about it. I'm in it, but what is the premise of Lucille? What are we going to do with Lucille? What is your long-term plans for this short?
Well, I think to start with, the idea was a dream that Kane had. And
not surprised.
Exactly. he said, hey, this is a dream I had. And I was like, what can we do with this? And we outlined it. I wrote the script, and we put together funds and got equipment and all the super talented people like you that agreed to come and play with us. We were so thankful that everyone came in so professional and so on it that we were able to do the shoot quickly, and then Kane could work his magic to have a final piece. So it's a story about, I would say it's a story about realizing something that's inside of you, and then how do you deal with that? How do you make it work with the way you want to run your life versus it taking over your life, like it can consume you. So absolutely. I don't know what else.
Just tell me, that could be an allegory to so many things in perspectives. Again, I think often when we watch things, people are like, how that can apply to your own selves personally. Again, knowing the script that I saw and I got those things, but you don't even realize that's what you're getting from it. That's so eloquently put. Wow.
That's why she's the writer.
I'm
like, people got together and they did stuff.
Me too. I'm like, yeah, or I'll talk forever and say nothing. Yeah, that's what it is. But wow, again, I have to completely agree with it just came together, the whole group, the story. I got to watch it later than the rest of the cast. And I think I was on another project or doing something where I couldn't watch it the day of. And, again, what are your plans to do? I know Lucille recently was in a festival, is being considered for some awards.
Yes.
Yay! But let's talk about that festival.
Yeah, it's the Independent Shorts Award in Los Angeles. They do a monthly competition. So for the month of July, we were first in official selection, and then we are finalists. So that means we get considered for the annual awards next April, as far as like taking home, all of the gold. But we finalist for July. It's an honor. We're really happy.
That's really any other festivals you're considering submitting to?
Quite a few, actually.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Next up is the San Jose Shorts Festival.
Very awesome. Again, it was really neat. Again, last year working with Kane, and we had worked on the second film I had directed, Death Club, and Kane not only was our editor, also did our VFX, and also submitted some of his original music to this film, and which the music was outstanding. It was kind of neat when those things. I come from a generation. I know it's always hard to connect some people to see if they're going to find what your vibe is.
Mm-hmm.
And King kind of knew what my vibe was very quickly. I was like, yeah, I would love that. I mean, musically, I'm an old Gen Xer, and I know what I like, and he knew it. In fact, it was kind of crazy. We have a composer who did and I love him. He's great, Ricardo Gerhard. Wonderful.
Fantastic work. Yeah.
But sometimes you needed to get for a movie like Death Club. I needed some like original stuff, and it's kind of funny. Kane would send me, pieces that we would edit, and he'd insert some of his own music, and I was like, I kind of like that. Do you have anything that's not a cover that's really cool? And then he sent me stuff, so I was like, I didn't know if it was kind of like, I'm kind of seeing if you like this.
Well, I mean, that's how you get stuff in there. The thing is that you gave me such a wonderful opportunity to just be creative. So not just to edit, but I really felt part of the story. I felt like, as I was doing the visual effects, I'm like, everything just feels like, man, I'm part of this.
Nice.
You created such a wonderful environment. Not to mention the fact it was so well organized that editing was just a joy. It was like, okay, I found everything I looked for. It was just so well put together. And then you give me the creative to do that, add some songs in, and just come up with some ideas for special effects.
It's really cool. We have it's back to the basics. I always do it wrong online. I do apologize. I'm like, it's called this, Ronnie. You need to get it right. But there is a music video for that on YouTube from the film Death Club, and I got to add that Death Club will actually be released in October around Halloween through Tell Films.
Heck yeah.
And it'll be streaming on Amazon and Tubi and all those things. So look for it, guys. But that was the great thing of working. Again, I met you through Michael Sue. Michael Sue, I think, is a master in so many things.
Absolutely.
And I was talking with my last guest here, and you guys moved here from Hollywood to Vegas. Do you think the industry in Vegas and Hollywood, what are the differences in getting films and getting work done as opposed to being in LA and being here? Are there pros? Are there cons? What's your perspective on that?
I found it to be, moving to Vegas was probably the best choice for me. In California, it's so flooded. The industry is so flooded, and who's going to look at a 50-year-old dude who's, loves doing what he does?
Right.
There's so many young people to go for it.
I know that feeling.
So coming out here and getting into the industry the way I did, and being able to meet so many people on the same page and the same kind of perspective who get the same morals and joy of being a creator. Nice. I mean, I've been able to work with you, Michael Sue. I've worked with Asif on Film Post. I'm sorry, I'm bad at names.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
Film Post
is mine too.
Yeah, Film Post is another production company out here that's just doing some fantastic stuff, and they've been nice enough to have me do some visual effects for them. And so it's just the industry out here. I found the pond's a little bit smaller,
right?
So you have a little bit more access to the different kinds of talent out there. And there's so much, like just right here, Got Films. I had no idea 3 blocks from my house there was this massive, incredible production house.
Right, and
but
Jeremy's great.
Jeremy's awesome.
And Jeremy's great, and he's always so magnanimous. I've been on sets in places, or even red carpets, where he lends equipment and whatnot, and he's so hands-on. And, I've gotten work through Jeremy. gotten work for, Jeremy, too. It's one of those. It's a
That's the
when you
thing.
build people, and again, when you work with people, you remember the people you work with, and they did this for me, and it was a great experience. And I think a lot of people forget that is how you progress in the industry.
We're all here to create.
And you touched on something just a minute ago. You know, being a 50-year-old dude going into this industry. When did you guys start working in film? Back in LA. How long has it been?
Well, in 2016, actually, with Candace, as Kane mentioned, we had a sitcom, 3 episodes that were shot, and there were networks that were going to pick it up, but unfortunately that fell through. But that was my first taste. Like,
Nice.
being in Hollywood, being on a set, 4-camera sitcom, you know, a comedian that I knew, like, saying my lines and getting, I mean, I was just hooked. That was
Oh, that's awesome. Wow.
So that's, 2016 is like when I really...
You mean I started in 2017 in film. It was never part of my plan. I kind of fell into it here. And I wanted to touch that because I think a lot of people think it's too late for them to get into the industry if you're a certain age. And I wanted to bring guests on. Again, I think everybody that's been on it's going to be on our show today, I think is at least 45 and older. And that the show that we are still working, we can find it again. I got into film in 2017 accidentally while I was here in Las Vegas, and I wasn't even part of the plan. I'm a live performer and whatnot, but I think I wanted to touch that because I think people always feel it's too late. I didn't do it at this time, and I love to see that.
Please never give up.
Isms. There's so many isms that people are so aware of these days, and I'm like, and it's like, and I think the last ism that people still accept is ageism. And I'm like, why? I get often you'll hear someone, oh my gosh, you look good for your age. I'm like, can't you just tell someone they look good?
Yeah.
I'm like, come on.
Like for what? I'm like 80 or something?
Yes, exactly.
Well, the thing is that we're the ones with all the experience.
Yes.
You know, we had 50 years of life that we're willing to share with everybody and be part of. You can either advance yourself with that, or you can put us down for it. It's up to you, but we're going to keep on working.
Exactly. So. I think it gives us a lot of patience that we wouldn't have. I'm naturally not a patient person. I'm not. I'm not. But I'm a lot more patient than when I was in my 20s and 30s by far.
A lot more of everything.
Well, Gabby touched on it really nicely. She's like, I'm not trying to be better than anybody else. I'm just trying to be better than myself.
Exactly. You know? Exactly. And
each day I try to better myself.
I think that in any project I go in, I want to go in. I'm like, I want this to be better than the last project I did for me. I want to be better at this. I want to grow and learn. I think we learn at this age too, and how to put together teams. That was the great thing we were talking about today. It all came together, but it also comes with you knew the people to pick because you learn how to put teams together. And often people think they have to know everything. I'm like, at this age, I'm like, I don't know everything. I don't need to. I pull in people that know shit that I don't.
Exactly.
Always pull in people smarter than you.
Yes. And then I learn from that and get better. Yeah. And that's the point of it.
That's the joy of it too.
Yeah. Oh my god! This moved by so quick, guys. Oh my god! But any last words here? Let's talk about your studio stuff to promote. I know Kane is also a musician. Kane is also an editor. Other stuff you guys do that people can contact you here in town if they need your services for anything. Again, I would use Kane for several things. I'd use Kane for several things. Let's talk a little bit here.
I think go to kaneblust.com. That's KANEBLUST.com. That's going to be the full range. I mean, he is a powerhouse production in one gorgeous package.
He can do it.
I wanted her to talk about herself.
We can talk about Candace.
Yes.
I was like, look at this.
Well,
and you're a lucky dog, dude.
I'm telling you, man.
Seriously, when I met you, I was like, damn, dude.
Right, I did something right.
Damn.
Something worked out. But honestly, it's just, and if you need something like a really good story, or if you have an idea that you need brought into like a script form, please contact us.
And that's the thing is too, there's so many ideas script-wise. I want to write a Gen X script, but I will be contacting, and I know more from Candace. I'm like, I would love to get on that. Something I really want to do.
She feeds on this stuff.
Let's do it.
Then have Kane do the soundtrack.
Yes.
I'll do the soundtrack and do the special effects, make a music video.
A modern day Gen X film with people our age and living in the world now is really kind of the perspective I wanted to go from.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and that's a perfect way to develop it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
All right. So. The studio you work in here, you have your own personal studio here.
Yes, I built my own personal studio. It was a garage. It is now a full-fledged green screen. I mean, nothing to this massive scale, but I'll tell you what, I'm very happy with it.
I mean, this isn't really Las Vegas behind us?
No, this is. I'm talking about this.
Oh, this.
Everything that you don't see.
That's right.
But no, it's a perfect little studio for me.
Kane is a vocalist too. Okay,
Yes.
and I'll be honest. Again, I come from live theater, live performance, and dude, you got some vocal chops.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you, man.
Back to the basics. That ain't an easy song to sing.
Oh,
It's not. It's rangy.
I would love to sing it sometime while you're performing.
I would love to have that happen. I actually have a number that I do it to it now, and I really want the video playing behind it. We can have the video playing and have you sing it live.
I would love that.
I would love to have it. We'll make it happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I almost said it that way. I'm like, yeah.
We can here.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. On this show, we can cuss. Again, I try to treat people like we're hanging out at my bar in Amarillo, Texas, the R&R bar. And
We do want to check that out.
I do like to, again, I'm known for my drunk cams and my drinking pistol holiday stuff. I do like to end my segments with each of my guests, and no pressure to have a shot with me.
Let's
Again,
do it.
and I haven't drank in 2 months, so I'm going to be like, oh, I gotta get out.
Yeah, we're not drinkers either. We're like, yeah, thanks.
But would y'all like a shot of whiskey with me?
Yeah.
Sure.
Y'all,
We would love that.
you watchers at home, pull out your liquor. Let's have a shot together. So
Join us for a shot.
So yeah, join us for a shot. Any upcoming projects you want to promote while I'm pouring the shots?
We are working on the second episode of Lucille. It is a 6-part series.
What?
So your character, of course, will be returning, as well as most of the characters that are in the first episode.
And I gotta be a little candid on that. As I've gotten older, I'm such a reluctant performer. Again, I perform live on stage. I liked being a director, producer, and all that. Acting is one of those things I don't usually like to do it. I'm like,
But you killed it,
oh,
man.
you're
killed it.
way
You
too
killed
kind.
it.
I was like,
You killed it.
again, I mean, you did it, and it was given to me. I was like, you want me? Okay.
Couldn't have been anyone else.
We-
It couldn't
we-
have been.
We have
Yeah.
zero regrets with Lucille.
Oh.
And anybody that was involved. Every person stepped up and brought their A game.
I was pouring like extra shots here. I was like, wait, here we
Everybody
go.
did.
Everyone have a shot. Maria can have a shot with us. I'm all like, but cheers.
Cheers.
Again,
to
thank
make
you.
Vegas a creative
Yes.
place.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and thank you all so much. It's always a pleasure to see you guys. You
I
guys
love
are
seeing you too,
great,
brother.
and yes, it's yeah. Words can't express my appreciation for you both, honestly, and I had to have you on my first show here.
Thank
We
you
feel
very
blessed
much.
to be
We're
your brother.
honored.
Oh,
Thank
I'm
you very
honored to
much.
have you both. Thank you. Cheers.
Salud.
Let's have a shot. We're gonna take a break here after the shot, and bring in our next guest, Greg Corin. Ooh, alrighty. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in a moment here on Take One with Ronnie, LLoyd, Nanos.